Hello, hello. I wanted to share today my laundry routine. I figure this week will kind of connect back to my world of minimalism. So every Friday, I go to the laundromat. I'm recording this on a Friday. I just got back from the laundromat and I was like, perfect time to share. So every Friday, I go to the laundromat. Now, when I worked full time, I would go, I would do this on Saturdays. But now I have a little bit more time. So I do my Friday afternoons. Forgive me for breathing so hard. Y'all would think I just finished working out. That's a sign I need to get my life together because literally I just walked up my steps and put my clothes away. So I really shouldn't be breathing all hard and stuff. But anyway, so every Friday I go to the laundromat because I'm a minimalist. I have one load and then I dry my clothes there. Then I come home, I hang them up. And that takes me literally an hour because the laundromat's super close. So I would first suggest that you pick a day of the week to do your laundry. Now, if you have multiple people in your family, for instance, with my son, we used to do he would do, let's say Wednesdays, and then I'd do Saturdays or something like that. I also wash my sheets once a week, also on Fridays. I have a washer and dryer. My washer's fine. My dryer is so shaky. And I know I'm using a bunch of electricity because it takes literally 2 hours to dry stuff. However, I know that eventually when I move, I'm not going to need a full-size washer and dryer. So I just make do with what I have. And hence the reason why I go to the laundromat for my clothes, because I don't want to buy a new washer and dryer knowing that I'm okay with going to the laundromat. So once I eventually move and downsize my life even more, I'll just go to the laundromat once a week. So anyway, I just got back from the laundromat, and what I'll do now is I'll wash my sheets in my own washer and dryer because it doesn't, really bother me that it'll take a couple hours because I'll be home today. And even if I leave and come back, it all works out. The other thing is, so I wash my sheets, my towels, and I do that every Friday. And as far as the routine, I'm going to say before the routine, is one of the things that really helps is if you just get in the habit of when you take your clothes off, put them immediately in your hamper or something. So here's my little thing. I got this from, see, it's a nice size. It's like an army duffel bag. I got this from one of those army supply stores. It was $12. Love it because I just put my clothes in there every night right before I take a shower. And that way, when I wash clothes at the end of the week, all I have to do is grab it, take it with me. And because it's cloth, I can just wash that too. So it works out perfectly. That way, on the day that you're washing clothes, you're not going around picking stuff up off the floor. It's already there. The other thing that I found is that if you pick a specific day of the week to wash your clothes, then you have your routine. And even if for instance, I do Fridays, but let's just say something came up this Friday, I couldn't do it. Maybe I would have done it yesterday on Thursday. I could do it tomorrow on Saturday. But the idea is that the more routines you have in your life, when life happens, because it will, you have stuff that's on autopilot. So it doesn't throw you completely off. And then for all my people who aren't minimalist, having a specific day to wash clothes every week also helps stuff not pile up on you, because I know that now for me, this routine is really out of necessity because I really don't have a lot of stuff. So if you watched my minimalist closet tour, you see I have kind of a work uniform where I have 5 black shirts, 5 black pairs of pants. I have work jeans. I have 2 or 3 pairs of those. I have 2 different shirts I rotate out every other Friday. So I don't have a choice. I couldn't go a month and not wash my clothes. I actually probably couldn't even go 2 weeks. It would be a stretch. So for those of you who have, a lot more clothes, it at least makes the process of washing less overwhelming so that you're only spending an hour once a week, washing and hanging up your stuff, in opposed to waiting until the end of the month. And then it turns into a 3-4 hour ordeal. And then you're all tired and exhausted and it's just overwhelming. So I would say if you can, pick a day of the week and just try to stick with that. Also, the cool thing is if you give everybody in your house their own day of the week, then you're kind of building routines with them. And I mean, unless you have more than 7 people in your family, then literally somebody could get a day every week. And if you have more than 7 people in your family, then you probably do not need organizational tips from me because you probably already have your system worked out. So again, I hope that was helpful. I literally do it every single Friday. And I've been doing this, oh my gosh, I don't know. I've probably been, I would say at least 6 years, 6 or 7 years. And it really does just work out because before I started doing this, I would feel like every Saturday, especially when I worked full time, I felt like every Saturday was just consumed with like housework and house cleaning and trying to catch up on stuff. So even if you work full time, I would say maybe try to pick like a slow night of the week. So if you have kids that are in sports or you tend to work late, but there's a certain day of the week where you don't, or you may not have a traditional schedule. So maybe you're off on Tuesdays or maybe you're off on Thursdays or something like that. Kind of pick a day and try to just get in a routine of like washing. And again, from start to finish. So don't pick a day where like, you only have 30 minutes because that won't be enough time. Because the trick is you really want to be able to do it from start to finish. So then that way you don't have like clothes piling up in like laundry baskets and you haven't taken the stuff out yet. And then you're kind of getting dressed from the laundry baskets and stuff like that. So if you can carve out a piece of time or a day of the week where you have time, then by all means do it. And I know some people are like morning people, and I guess too, depending on your work schedule, because like if you work in the afternoon or in the evening or at night, then you could totally like flip it and do it, in the mornings. But really the trick is try to do it all at once. So don't, wash a load here, dry it. Now they're sitting in the dryer for a day. No. So literally from start to finish. So just kind of get in the habit of you put it in the washer. As soon as the washer stops, put it in the dryer. As soon as the dryer stops, be committed to putting it away. And once you create the routine, it just is so much easier. And then you just have one less thing that you're overwhelmed about. So as always, I hope you found it helpful. One of my goals is to share different things about my life that I feel have made my life a little less stressful, which hopefully can make your life a little less stressful. And I definitely think trying to automate and have routines attached to as many things as possible totally works. So again, it's Friday. I hope everybody has a great weekend. And until later, as always, be grateful. Bye-bye.